You're watching Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Scorching and Swearing with Brandon Swear. Well, hey, this is a very fun one here. Honored to have the chance to check out this pod today. It is from Tom Broome. It's his Killer Yellow, and I'll get that in the close-up for y'all. And man, I am excited for this one to be able to dive into it. This is the one that was featured in Hulu Superhot from Tom as his addition to the show, as well as, you know, it's got to be screaming hot, and it's got to be, my guess is it's going to be the hottest yellow pod I've had. So definitely excited to jump on in. This is probably pod number, I don't even know, 3 or 4 of the season. So as far as pod tolerance goes, I am down on that. But, you know, definitely like to indulge in some tinctures. Definitely some of Tom's tinctures at that 10 and 13 million range. They are tasty, they are hot, and they're great for keeping that mouth tolerance going. But I guess I'm stalling, and I guess I'm talking too much because, you know, this pod. So here we go. I do want to say before I dive into this, I'm honoring Tom's wishes of not, you know, opening this, so I will not be showing any interior shots of this. And tomorrow I will be recording myself indulging in the Omega pod, and he was kind enough to send that one as well. So I'll be giving that an overall review and breakdown. I do have some ideas of how I'm going to start doing this grading criteria based on pods. As y'all know, how I kind of break it down for sauces in 5 different categories. There's quite a few different complexities that go on when you're talking pepper, you know, differences. So I'm going to try to figure out a nice healthy balance, but this will also be a great documentation for me to have as a reference point. So as I make some adjustments, I can also appropriately adjust anything that has been graded in the past. So here we go. Killer Yellow from Tom Broome. This is his exclusive pod, and once again, boom, and enough stalling. Let's go. Instantly hot. Wickedly hot right off of the bat, and then it gets this sweet, fruity, citrusy notes rolling in, and man, is it good. I'm make sure I get everything out of the teeth and the gums. Oh man, that is a scorcher already. I can tell, you know, it's just starting out in pod season for me. It's a rather big one to jump into, but this is hands down, both between the taste of this pepper and the heat, this is an amazing pod. I know this is still kind of relatively early as well in the growing season, so I can only imagine these things are going to get even more hot and even more flavorful as the season goes. But holy cow. Once again, fruitiness, you're picking up some of the citrusy notes, you're picking up a little bit of bitterness, but it's just such a short initial hit of the bitterness that it's really not that big of a deal, because the second that is subsiding, you're already feeling the fruity citrus coming in. Once again, if your tolerance is not up there and you're, you know, struggling to get some other pods in, yeah, that's you're not going to pick up on any of these. It's just going to be pain. So all in all, you know, I'll say I very much so didn't want to disrupt the flow of this. So this morning, woke up, got some stuff taken care of, was knocking out some things around the house. Actually just got done mowing the lawn. Figured I'd throw on my hat and toss on this shirt and get a review done for y'all. So man, all right, so let's talk about it a little bit more in the overall breakdown for this. So a little bit of sweetness right up the bat, a little bit of fruitiness, got the citrus notes coming through, really shining, that bitter kind of right off the top, but nothing on the bitter side too. It's not that noticeable. It's just very, very faint, like, one Mississippi and it's already fading out. Heat on this, man, it's up there. I would say, trying to think of another pepper that's close to it in heat. Honestly, very similar heat in as to what I would experience off of, say, a chocolate brain strain in the heat realm. But you see a little happy tear going on right there. But all in all, you're getting a nice mouth burn. It's kind of attacking the gums pretty good. It's kind of just a pulsating on the gums. Nothing too crazy. A lot in the back of the throat, just like the upper back. Nothing in the actual like lower portion, if you will. So back of the mouth, upper throat, feeling it there. Nothing really in the chest. A little bit in the gut. Obviously, like I mentioned, didn't prep for this by any means. I was kind of wanting to test fate, if you will, and just go in with a single pod and see what it does to me. But all in all, man, it's a phenomenal pepper. I would love to see these things out and about, because eating mass quantities of these would be both a push, torture, but a happy time nonetheless, because man, they taste phenomenal. Absolutely taste phenomenal. Would highly recommend checking out. I know Tom does some tinctures with his Killer Yellow in the past. I think he still has some. I would definitely check out with him. We'll have the links for everything, ways to get a hold of Tom Broome down below. But all in all, heat on this, it's already starting to subside. I'm feeling it a little bit more in my stomach, more so than anything. Still a little bit in the gums, but all in all, it is dying down, fizzling out. I got the nostrils going, and it got I got a single happy tear off of that. But this is hands down a phenomenal pepper. Yeah, so I'm trying to work out, as I discussed before, trying to work out a grading scale, or at least notes to check off, like to give y'all some background. So like, obviously we're going to talk about heat. We're going to talk about, is it fruity, nutty, earthy, citrusy, sweet, bitter, floral, thick or thin walled. Obviously this was a thin walled. Is it a slow burn? Is it a fast burn? I want to talk about, does it sting? Can you really pick up a very strong pungent aroma from both the pod before you eat it and once you're chewing it? These are some of the categories and criteria that I keep looking forward to on my notes, to make sure that I talk about if they were there, if they were noticeable. This one really wasn't floral. There's a zero floral nature to this. There really wasn't much of a sting, maybe other than that initial, once you're feeling that heat kick, you're picking up a little bit of a sting, but I mean, that kind of quickly rolls into a pulsating heat push on that. So did get the sinuses going. It's a phenomenal pepper. We're looking forward to checking out the Omega pepper tomorrow. So be looking for that video to drop as well. And man, this was great. I will what I'll do is I'll also get some broken down charts with the same criteria, whatever I finally decide on. And what I'll do is I'll go back, and the second this is over, I'm going to take some quick notes, and then also get something, something worked up here soon to actually start going off on these pods, and continue to bring out quality content for everyone that's interested in these pods that I will be reviewing and eating throughout this season. And hopefully it'll help out some that are trying to figure out peppers that don't have certain traits that they're or do have certain traits, whether that be they're looking for something a little bit more nutty or earthy, or maybe you really like the floral nature of things and you're trying to find those pods that are definitely of the floral notes. But man, this is going to be a lot of fun. I know I'm going to have a blast with it. I hope everyone else has a blast with it as I go through this. And thank you again, Tom Broome, for that. Once again, check Tom Broome out. He does not sell pods to the public. He does offer tinctures. He does have some powders from time to time. So check him out. Pick up some of those tinctures. Pick up some of the powder whenever he has it. And check him out when he's at some of these festivals, etc. So great guy. Later, Swear Nation. This has been Brandon Swear and Scorching and Swearing.
This has been Scorching and Swearing with your host, Brandon Swear.